The Palestinians had elections and formed a coalition government, which was what the U.S. and Israel had encouraged them to do. But the U.S. and Israel didn't like some of the coalition members, so rather than support the Palestinians' efforts so that they could develop their economy and social structure and enjoy a more normal existence than they have endured for years, the U.S. and Israel withheld money and other assistance that they had promised to the Palestinian people. As a result, the Palestinian economy has been handicapped, Palestinian society has been undermined, and the Palestinian government has been so weakened that it became the target of a coup. It is tempting to think that the problems that have befallen the Palestinians were unforeseeable, but in fact they were entirely predictable and probably intended. When the U.S. imposed sanctions on other countries, such as Iran and Iraq and Cuba, in all cases the people suffered, the economy was hampered, the society was stressed, and the governments, although they did not topple, were undermined. Why would Israel want to destabilize the Palestinian areas? Wouldn't Israel be better off with a neighbor that was able to govern itself? You might think so, if you believed that Israel wants good relations with its neighbors. But history makes that questionable. Why would the U.S. want the Palestinian society to fail? Wouldn't the U.S. be better off with one more successful state in the Middle East? You might think so, if you believed that the U.S. wants a peaceful Middle East. But history makes that a hard assumption to accept also. It's probably not true that our policy in the Middle East is dictated by Israel, but U.S. policy certainly seems to coincide with Israel's policy in the region. Tragically, both the U.S. and Israel are pursuing policies that not only cause suffering to Israel's neighbors, but that also will ultimately cause trouble for the U.S. and Israel themselves. Both countries have let ideology outweigh reason in the formulation of policy. This is not to say that the policies that the Palestinians have been endorsing are flawless, but the U.S. is a foreign power in the region. To the extent that it intervenes with all its economic, military, and political might, it has an obligation to contribute a voice and a direction that will bring about peace and justice. Recent events in the Palestinian areas point out just how dreadfully U.S. policy has failed to meet this obligation.